From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Hello everyone, I'm Jordan Ilan.
And I'm Nick Namyar. Today is April 1st, 2022. Happy April Fools, and this is Xavier News.
Last Monday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a controversial Don't Say Gay bill into law. The law is planned to take effect in July. Lawmakers are already fighting to block the implementation and enforcement of the new bill. The federal lawsuit was filed by two LGBTQ rights advocacy groups, as well as students, parents, and teachers in Florida. The lawsuit calls the law a, quote, unlawful attempt to stigmatize, silence, and erase LGBTQ people in Florida's public schools, end quote. In response, DeSantis stated that he would vigorously defend the law.
Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich and two Ukrainian peace negotiators suffered suspected poisoning after a March 3rd peace negotiation meeting with Russia. Abramovich and the two negotiators suffered, quote, red eyes, constant and painful tearing, and peeling skin on their faces and hands, end quote. The symptoms are similar to those of chemical weapons poisoning, as Abramovich and the two Ukrainian peace negotiators have healed. Negotiations continued this past Tuesday. The goal of the negotiation was for Russia to reduce fighting around Kiev. Although Russia agreed, the country has desires to capture the eastern Donbas region. Peace negotiations will continue in order to persuade Russia otherwise.
The Oscars were held last Sunday. The award show featured a performance of We Don't Talk About Bruno from the Disney film Encanto, the famous red carpet run, among other things. Hans Zimmer took home his second award for Best Score for his work on Dune. Dune also won awards for Best Editing, Best Production Design, Best Sound and Best Visual Effects. Will Smith won his first Oscar for his portrayal of Richard Williams in King Richard, and Jessica Chastain won Best Actress for a role in The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Encanto took home the award for Best Animated Feature. Jane Campion won Best Director for her work on The Power of the Dog. Other notable awards include Best Original Song, Going to No Time to Die, from the James Bond film of the same name, Summer of Soul winning Best Documentary Feature, Disney's Cruella winning Best Costume Design, the Japanese film Drive My Car winning Best International Feature, among multiple more awards. Finally, the big award, Best Picture, went to the film Coda. One of the film's actors, Troy Kotsur, made history being the first deaf person to win an award for supporting actor.
Oakley's 20th Century Theater is now under new ownership. New owner, Bronson Treby, acquired the theater back in October 2021 and has plans to restore the historic theater. His reasoning is, quote, in America, I think it's a shame to see us tear things down and build shiny new metal and stone things that don't have any personality, end quote. The theater is now currently open for private events.
On March 23rd, signage located on Xavier's campus, which supports members of our diverse community, was vandalised. Stickers from an external group perpetrating hate were also placed around campus. This is the third time an incident like this has occurred. The stickers were immediately taken down and signage that supports the diverse community was replaced. In response, Xavier's president, Colleen Hanich, will be hosting a student diversity town hall, along with SGA and the vice president of institutional diversity and inclusion, Ivy Banks. The town hall will be held on April 12 at 3 p.m. and invitations will be sent by email.
Last Friday, a shooting took place in the parking lot of the Kroger in Hyde Park Plaza. The shooting involved two people, although it is unclear if shots were fired by the second person or not. The confirmed shooter was seen fleeing the scene in a gray Chevy four-door vehicle. This is the second act of gun violence to happen in the area recently, following the Target shooting update reported last week.
Microsoft and the development company Epic Games have recently become the single largest donor towards humanitarian relief in the Russian invasion of Ukraine. This is through Epic's largest game, Fortnite. Epic has pledged that from March 20th through April 3rd, all proceeds from real money purchases from Fortnite will be donated to 4 humanitarian organisations operating in Ukraine: Direct Relief, UNICEF, the UN World and Food Programme, and the UN Refugee Agency. As of March 28th, EPIC has raised over $70 million in proceeds for humanitarian relief, beating many other companies' donations. The pledge will still run until April the 3rd.
Recently, artist Doja Cat has been deciding on whether or not she is quitting music. It all started last week when Paraguay's Asunciónico festival was canceled due to flooding. Upset fans started calling out Doja Cat for not acknowledging the canceled set, and she even claimed she was quitting in a series of tweets. She later apologized for the tweet, saying, quote, "Don't forget it, but don't take it to heart because it doesn't benefit you or anybody else," end quote. However, whenever radio station Mix 105.1 tweeted out speculating that maybe Doja Cat wasn't serious about quitting, she responded saying that she was.
Last Monday, the Physics Club, Alchemist Club, Biology Club and Pre-Med Society held a presentation featuring Ali Al-Karaguli. Ali is a PhD student in electrical engineering at Northeastern University who spoke to Xavier students about careers in STEM. Ali also talked about his insights, experiences, and his advice on career paths in STEM. Students who missed the presentation are encouraged to check out Ali's YouTube channel, where he posts videos about what it's like to be a PhD student.
Last week, drummer Taylor Hawkins passed away at the age of 50. Hawkins is best known for his works with bands such as Coheed and Cambria, his own band, Taylor Hawkins and the Coattail Riders, and many more famously. The Foo Fighters released a statement saying, quote, "Our hearts go out to his wife, children, and family, and we ask that their privacy be treated with the utmost respect in this unimaginably difficult time," end quote. Many musicians have paid tribute to the late drummer, including Liam Gallagher of Oasis, Miley Cyrus, Elton John, and Wolfgang Van Halen.
The 64th Annual Grammy Awards will take place this Sunday, April 3rd. Some of the artists predicted to win in the main categories are Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett, and Doja Cat. Many of these artists will also be performing, and we are looking forward to hearing who will be the winners this year.
After a 2-year break, The Late Late Show with James Corden revealed that the Carpool Karaoke series featuring some of pop culture's most well-known celebrities will return on April 6th with rapper Nicki Minaj, followed by artist Camila Cabello on April 18th. The last Carpool Karaoke was with K-pop group BTS on February 26, 2020, weeks before lockdown began.
In science news, researchers have developed a method of detecting microplastics in human blood. The scientists found microparticles of 4 common plastics in blood samples from 17 out of 22 healthy adults. Further research could determine whether microplastics in the blood will impact health.
That's all from the news desk.
We'll be right back with Xavier's sports report.
Hello everyone, I'm Trevor Ray and welcome back to the Xavier Sports Report. Let's start with Xavier Basketball. The men's basketball team just won the National Invitation Tournament last night against Texas A&M with a final score of 73-72. Xavier was down by 8 at halftime and it was back and forth the rest of the game. With 6 seconds left on the clock, Xavier had the ball and had to pass it inbounds. Colby Jones passed the ball to Jack Nungy. Nungy took a couple dribbles and hit a hook shot to give Xavier the lead with 3 seconds left. Texas A&M got the ball and ran down the court, put up a shot that bounced in and out. Our Musketeers were able to turn their season around and win the whole NIT. The last time the Musketeers won the NIT was 1958. What a great way to finish the season. Sticking with college basketball, we are down to the Final Four of the Men's Basketball Championship. The 2 games will be played tomorrow night. Villanova will face Kansas at 6 o'clock, and North Carolina will face Duke at 8:50. Moving over to the Reds, we are still in spring training, and so far the Reds have a 6-6 record. We are less than a week away from the first regular season game that will be played in Atlanta on April 7th. Tyler Malley will be the Reds' leadoff pitcher that day, and Hunter Green, the Reds' #1 prospect, who was a draft pick in 2017, will be making his MLB debut on April 10th against the Atlanta Braves. The Reds have also signed a couple new players for this season, first one being outfielder Tommy Pham from the San Diego Padres. The other signing was right-handed pitcher Hunter Strickland from the Milwaukee Brewers. Hopefully these guys can help the Reds have a successful season. The Reds play at 4:10 today against the Los Angeles Angels. Now let's move on to the Bengals. The biggest news for the Bengals is, according to Vice President of the Bengals, Katie Blackburn, the Bengals are looking to build an indoor practice facility. No further information has been given on when or where the facility will be. In other Bengals news, former Bengals wide receiver and famous McDonald's lover Chad Johnson tweeted that Joe Mixon will run for 1,500 yards next season. And if he doesn't, Johnson will stop eating McDonald's. Johnson made a similar bet last year when he was asked who was going to win the AFC North. Without hesitation, Johnson said the Bengals. When questioned whether he was thinking with his head or his heart, Johnson promised that if he was wrong, he would stop eating McDonald's. He was not wrong last year. Now we have to wait till the end of next season to find out whether Johnson will have to give up his beloved McDonald's. That's all for Xavier Sports. I'm Trevor Ray, and as always, let's go X.